Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Learn India 24 by 7. In this video, let's discuss and understand about basics of hypothesis testing. Let's discuss and understand about the below topics. So let's begin. Not all the data is normal, but many Lean Six Sigma students are being told to assume normality to make the data analysis job easier. In many cases, data is not normal, specifically in the case of process cycle time reduction projects. In the case of hypothesis testing, belts must know whether data is normal or not, as different tests are applicable in case of different circumstances. So, the first step is to determine data normality. The normal curve or bell curve represents the central tendency of the data. Data is said to be normal when data distribution follows shape of standard bell curve. The normal distribution follows three rules: plus or minus one standard deviation around mean contains roughly 68% of data. Plus or minus 2 standard deviation around the mean contains roughly 95% of the data. And plus or minus 3 standard deviation from the mean contains roughly 99.7% of the data. These properties of normal distribution helps a practitioner to use a tool called probability plot to determine if data is normally distributed. A probability plot is a graphical method to test the normality, but unlike the histogram, it is based on statistical test. The probability plot is a graph on semi-log paper which plots the value on the x-axis and percentage of data on y-axis. In this case, the mean on x-axis of around 15 will translate to 50% on y-axis. And if the data is distributed throughout the sample, then 50% of the data will fall below and above median. The breakdown of data would follow the percentages mentioned in the properties of normal. In this case, the plot would result in a straight line. As a rule of thumb, if 80 to 90% of the data points fall between the line, a practitioner can conclude. The probability plot serves as the first key point in understanding which hypothesis test to use. Let's understand this case with one example now. A belt was analyzing why the three different manufacturing lines that produce the same product have different cycle times. Data collected showed that all lines have normal variation. So the belt want to determine now if the difference is statistically significant or just part of normal variation. Following the flowchart and as data found to be normal for each line, so the belt moves to next decision. In the next decision making step, the belt need to check if it is a comparison of more than two groups. As answer is yes in this case, the belt moves down to next decision. So next decision to be checked is if the sample groups have equal variance. To find out this, belt need to perform F-test or test of equal variance. If the result of test shows that the groups have equal variance, then the belt moves down further and uses ANOVA test. Let's continue with the same example and assume the data was not normal. Moving towards right on the flowchart, the next question to ask is, can you convert the data to discrete? So next question to ask is, can belt convert the continuous data point to discrete by comparing them to a specification or by bucketing the data? If so, belt moves further down and uses chi-square test. So in the next stage, if converting to discrete data is not an option, then belt can use set of non-parametric hypothesis test. Also, if for some reason belt cannot use non-parametric test, then he can move further down and use box-box transformation test. So friends, now you can see a summary of table showing how to interpret various hypothesis tests. So friends, for this video I have used the references of ASQ Six Sigma Black Belt Handbook and I Six Sigma, which is Lean Six Sigma online training portal. In the next video, we will discuss on one another topic on hypothesis testing. So friends, if you have liked this video, do subscribe to my channel and do not forget to mention your comments in comment section of this video. Finally, thanks for watching and bye.